Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking a little bit about public speaking. So I personally have a lot of fear when it comes to public speaking, while Sean here has been doing Toastmasters for about 4 years. 4 years?
4 years, yeah.
Okay, and he got second in the district for Toastmasters, correct?
Yes, I did.
Cool. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about his tips and tricks when it comes to public speaking, and hopefully it'll make me a better speaker. Maybe Sean, you can tell us about yourself.
Okay, hey everybody, my name is Sean Pan. I grew up here in the Bay Area, went to LA for school. During college, one of my professors said, if you want to be successful in life, you need to go to Toastmasters, because no matter what you do in life, you always need to have public speaking. Whether you're working at a 9-to-5 job or whether you're trying to sell something, you need to have that presence, that ability to communicate effectively. And so that's why when I got my first job after my master's degree, I joined the Toastmasters Club at Northrop Grumman, which is where I work.
Nice. You went to Toastmasters 4 years ago. Was that in LA or in the Bay? Like, where is Toastmasters located?
Yeah, so I started in Los Angeles, where I was working at the time, and Toastmasters is everywhere. There's like thousands of clubs all around. I guarantee you, wherever you live, there's going to be a Toastmasters group there.
And maybe you can tell the viewers what Toastmasters is, because maybe some people don't even know.
Yeah, so Toastmasters is a club where usually they meet once a week for an hour. And the purpose of that club is to teach you how to become a better public speaker. And so the way that Toastmasters works is that it's broken down into 3 phases. Every meeting has table topics, speeches, and evaluations. Maybe
you can tell us about the process of Toastmasters. I went once, and there were a lot of different things that I had no idea about. So maybe you can tell us about how they evaluate people, like what kind of things they look for.
What they look for? Anybody. Everyone's free to go, whether you're a perfect speaker or whether you suck. You know, the reason why we go isn't because we're already perfect or we're already great speakers. It's because we all want to improve. You know, we're all on this giant gradient of public speakers, so we're just there to improve ourselves. So again, those 3 phases: table topics, prepared speeches, and evaluations. So table topics is when they ask the whole group a question and they randomly choose someone to come up on stage and answer that question and give a 1 to 2 minute answer. So it teaches you to think on your feet. They can ask you something really weird like your favorite holiday, and you need to talk about whatever for 1 to 2 minutes. The second part is prepared speeches. That's when you're going home and you prepare a 5 to 7 minute speech. You just deliver it.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last part is evaluations. So based on those speakers who gave that 5 to 7 minute speech, some people are writing down and they will give a 2 to 3 minute evaluation on that speech and telling them how, like, the good things they did and also how they can improve for next time.
Okay. The first time I went, there was like this bell they were ringing when people said ums and likes, and then like cards they put up. Can you talk about that a little bit? Okay.
So every club is different. There is something called an all counter. So there's different roles for every meeting. One of them is an all counter. Whenever you say filler words like ums, likes, you know, they would usually tally it. I guess in your particular club, they actually had a bell to like, you know, ding you for shaming, whatever. But not every club does that. Another thing is they have cards. So like I said, it's a 1 to 2 minute table topics, 5 to 7 minute prepared speech. When you're up there speaking, you don't really know how long you're doing it for. There's not this giant clock in the back wall. So what they do is, at like 5 minutes, they would say, yes, you qualify, you meet the minimum. So they'll throw up the green card. Then midway through, throw up the yellow card. And then when you're at 7 minutes, that's, you know, when you're supposed to finish, they throw up the red card and you have 30 seconds to complete it. Otherwise, you're disqualified.
Cool. I feel like you already are so much better when it comes to the ums and the likes, because I don't hear it when you speak. Whereas right here, I'm like saying it all the time. I just said like. Is like one of them?
Like is definitely a filler word.
Okay. Yep, I do that. So
you know is a big one. People say you know a lot.
Oh, you know?
They go, you know. I
do that, I think. Yeah. I'm like, right?
Some people also say and, right? That's also considered a filler word.
Really? Okay. I've known Sean for a few months now. And something I really respect about him is that he is pretty self-aware and he's always trying to work on himself. So do you think you always had that within you though, about, you know, you heard your professor preaching public speaking and like Toastmasters and stuff. Was it always inherent with you that you want to get better and be successful? Because I think a lot of people are lazy and are not going to actually take that action.
So are you asking, was I already like a decent speaker to begin with?
No, I'm asking, were you always an actionable person wanting to strive for success and your best self?
Okay, that's a great question. So actually, no. When I was in high school, my dad was telling me to read things like Fortune magazine, Money magazine, and I'd be like, Dad, you know what? I just want a regular job. I don't think I'm very special. I have nothing going for me. And I truly believe that. I had no outstanding qualities. You know, you're dancing and singing. I had none of that stuff. I think it was after college, while I was in my fraternity, I became more outgoing, and I learned that I do have different abilities than some people. So then I had more confidence, and that's when I decided, okay, I think I can do more than just the average person can do.
Okay, got it. That's good. Yeah. Do you feel like being good at public speaking has helped you in your life? Has Toastmasters improved your self-confidence?
In my day job, I haven't had an opportunity to really use Toastmasters to present. But I am very confident in presenting. So, I mean, there are some times when I do present, and when I do, it sounds like relatively good compared to my peers because they don't have the practice for it. So yeah, I'm never scared of presenting. And I'm hosting meetup groups now.
Sure.
I have a podcast, so I'm not scared of speaking.
Yeah.
I understand the mechanics behind it.
Okay. So yeah, Sean actually has his own podcast about real estate investing, and he's always telling me, oh, it's so fun. Whereas for me, if I had one, I'd be like, oh, like, I'm not ready. It would be something I'd dread. So I think, doing it over and over again would probably make you just more confident in speaking with people. I mean, do you feel like not just, speeches, has it impacted you in your daily life when you approach people or things like that? Does it make you more confident?
Well, let's talk about life skills. I'm pretty good at shaking hands now. Okay. Toastmasters, we always shake on and off the stage. We clap every single time, so now I have a pretty good clapping, Hey, back then I didn't know how to clap. It sounds weird, but clapping was weird for me. I didn't know that if you just do this, it's not good, but you go like that, it sounds a lot louder.
Oh, okay.
I think Toastmasters overall is pretty good. But another thing is, it taught me how to tell a story better. So another part of evaluations is telling you, look, if you just tell them facts, they're not going to remember it. But if you tell them stories that have like lesson,
yeah,
they will remember that.
Yeah.
It'll be, oh, I feel it. I remember that story.
Yeah. I am doing improv right now. I'm going to take my last class very soon. And I was wondering, what's the difference with improv and Toastmasters? Because I was initially going to do Toastmasters, but I decided on improv instead. So what would you say is the difference?
Toastmasters is way cheaper.
True.
It's only $70 for 6 months.
Yeah, mine was $200 for, I guess, 2 months. Yeah, $200 for 8 classes.
Yeah, I mean, all kidding aside, I think they're different. I mean, they're meant for different purposes. So Toastmasters is meant for giving public speeches. Improv is more for thinking on your feet and collaborating with other people. In Toastmasters, your speeches are one-on-one. You very rarely do have a second person up on stage with you talking and going back and forth.
I do think both probably improve confidence. And I think that's a big reason why I wanted to join either one, because I thought it would make me able to talk to people like without tripping, or going on stage. I psychologically think I suck at both, but I can tell that like at least improv's already making me feel more confident. I can see how Toastmasters might for you, because I feel like you have this nature about yourself where you don't trip out when it comes to talking to other people. Like, he hosts meetups, he has a podcast, he's totally comfortable speaking at conferences, probably, right?
In the future, if I have some good content to talk about, no problem.
Cool. So yeah, I definitely think Toastmasters is a good thing to try. I'm probably gonna try it in the future. So I think that covers mainly what I had to ask. Do you have any last pieces of advice for the viewers out there?
Yeah, so Toastmasters, again, is a great way for you to boost your public speaking skills. And I think besides table topics, writing speeches and getting comfortable being able to crank out 5 to 7 minute speeches is great for you too, because now you know how to write. It teaches you how to write in a very casual way. And on the flip side, evaluating is great too, because now oh, this guy messed up on this part. I do the same thing, and you're able to see that and write that down as evaluation and then give that feedback.
Cool. Thanks for speaking with me. I think we learned a lot about public speaking and Toastmasters, and I definitely recommend you guys try out Toastmasters.
See you guys.
Bye.